Hello everybody, I think this is it. We meet again. It's lovely to have the opportunity to come and follow up the classes that we've been doing. Feedback has been amazing. I'm really pleased that they've been useful. I think first of all I'd like to apologise for my French accent, being as though it's gone international. I would also, first of all, let me do the health and safety. Please be safe. There's a health and safety disclaimer on the website, which I presume you've read every single time you've done the classes. Make sure you've got a good space, and remember, you can feel an ache, but no pain. So before I start building, I'll give you a warning that I've gone for the option of talking as fast as I can and doing as much as I can, because I know that this will be there for a while, so you can pause and rewind. So I apologise if I'm coming at you with a trillion pieces of information. I just wanted to talk about the classes we've got. I wanted to point out that the RAD syllabus, which might consist of about 12 to 14 exercises per grade, is designed to last a year or two, depending on how often the children come to classes. So if you're a once a weeker, I would fully expect it to last for 2 years. Obviously, the more you attend, the quicker you can get through. But I've got swans that have been coming to me for like 4 years. Some of them do ballet twice a week, and they're doing those Wednesday lessons and still getting something out of it. There's just so much to do. So apart from the obvious start with 2 hands, then do 1 hand, then do it all in the centre, can you do it without watching? Can you do it to some alternative music? There are quite a few music comments. Find your own music. We're a bit difficult with streaming music because of copyright, but you can, if you can learn it, engaging the brain, you can then do it to any music you like. Some music, if it's not made for ballet, you might find that you have a little bit of a la 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 pause in the middle, particularly pop music. They like not always to do things in 4 sets of 8s. But I've done the same class week in, week out, but to different music, and it just gives it a different feel. Now, the other thing you can do, if you've learnt it, is create yourself. So maybe for pliés, if you go back to the original video, the ingredients for a plié, I mean, anything goes. You've got me here, I've got my black suit shoes on, as per request. The ingredients for a plié could be a demi-plié, any arms, we've got the arm positions, and you can start making up. We can do rises, slow rises, rises with a hold and a port de bras. We can do big pliés, remember those ones that release the heel, the grand plié, and you can get some bodies going. So I would like to suggest that maybe you can create, all right, so maybe write a list of the ingredients, and I'm going to do 2 of these and 2 of those, or just put the music on and improvise. That is a totally different thing. There's the sort of cognitive learning, I'm going to do that. Or there's just the creative, I'm going to do any pliés that come out of my body. Okay? So, warm up. Let's go back and start at the beginning. Can you join me now with this massage? Each finger. The warm up I did was kind of London on a lovely springtime day. It depends on your weather, it depends where you are. This massage of all the joints is one I learnt when we did the Dance for Lifelong Wellbeing project. And it's warming up this hand, it's warming up this hand, it's loosening the joints. It's actually starting to warm up the body, outside in, okay? Start at the edge of your body, wrist, thumbs. If you sort of working yourself, I'm going to do the ballet class in a minute, you could sit and get that rubbing going. And shoulders. The other thing is percussion. Okay, bashing all around. I say good old bash, but gently if you prefer. Again, it wakes up, and you follow that with a brush down to take the circulation to the edge of your body. Both arms up one way, good swing over the shoulder, down the other way, keep going. I do about 3 or 4 circuits, brush it down, then you can come onto the legs. Same thing, all around, and again the brush. Okay, so I won't do lots of that because I'm on a time scale. Over the shoulder, percussion. So when we're warming up, there's 2 things we need to do. Number 1, get the blood flowing, get the breathing going, get the mind going. So you could actually even have gone for a walk around the block It's sort of general swinging. Anytime you take the arms above the heart, you're putting more stress on the body. So maybe start with low, and then as you want more, start lifting the arms. I have to keep moving my camera. We're all in doing the best we can. This was another one. Bend and swing. This is a really good body warm-up. And 15 minutes was the recommendation for bending and swinging, and you have to do the talk test. You should still be able to talk, okay? Now I thought we would do that. There was a few recap the positions, so I thought we might do this little warm-up with the positions. Parallel. 4, 5, 6, 7, first position. Open like a pizza slice. Now I'm just really relaxing my knees over the top of the toes. I'm going to second. So it's nice and bouncy. I'm trying to keep tall, and into third. So I've got one foot at the front. I'm not super stretching. I'm just really doing, other leg, rebound. Boing, boing. Should we swap legs again? I'm going to take this leg to the back. Boing, boing. Again, it wasn't a super stretch. It was just really relaxed. One more swap. Choose your foot. Getting you breathless. Let's do fourth position. I'll stop here. There's fourth open, there's fourth crossed. I went back to the videos and listened myself. I do say it all. There's ever such a lot to take in, which I think is why else there's long-term benefit in those videos. Swap legs, either forwards or back. And again, you might be more like that in parallel, whatever's comfortable. And I'm not going to do fifth. I'll show it you, but we won't go there. Okay? So bendy swingy. Massage. I'm going to do a more complicated warm-up, okay? And it's a down, up, up, down, up, up. I'm going to just keep changing my body in the hope that you can get the best view of me. It's like your wall step. We did balances, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I just want this. Relax, 2, 3. Now, if you're doing it right, you have a different foot every time. 2, 3. Down. Can you hear the rain and the thunder? Put some music on. Down, up, down, up. Right, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. I'm going to just improvise, which you should probably do when you warm up. We could do sways forwards and back. Yeah, we could do with one arm. We've got the side to side sways. Did I tell you about piano fingers? This is the other one. Back to the outsides and in, and if you're a bit stiff, these piano fingers is just a really good way. Bit of hand stroking. Okay, so being as though I'm all on my own in isolation, I'm just going to pop down here and press that. Okay. Let's do a few swings. Breathing. I'm going to go forwards and back. Oh, breathing, we can blow. Stiff. Right, let's change legs. Down. Okay, in my threes. Right, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. Right, 2, 3. Left, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Behind the chair, health and safety. 2, 3. Or we could do it side to side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not worrying about my technique. Just getting the rhythm. I could be playing the piano. Forwards. With the piano. Squeeze. Piano. Squeeze. Piano. Squeeze. Piano. Tiptoes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is for when you've practiced 100 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Figure 8 arms. Okay. Okay, I'm going to, I'll do a quick posture recap. Again, week 1, a lot of it is there. So once I've given my swans the big blurb, I'll probably recap it with keywords. And again, you could even write yourself a bullet point list. So I'm doing weight over toes, knees pulled up, rotation from the hips, barbershop spiral, pelvis under, glutes in, turn out muscles in, turn out muscles out. Pelvic bone lifted, ribs closed. So that's a funny one. There's my 2 ribs. I'm pinning them together. Shoulders down, shoulder blades down in the back. I'm going to have a quick peek. Did I talk about videoing yourself as the next stage? You know when you've made up your clock? Sorry. Shoulders, hips, feet. The other thing I was going to do to give you value for money out of these classes, video yourself. Or, even if you don't video yourself, have a theme. 1 week, pelvis. Is everything I do really controlled my pelvis? Another week, turnout. I'm really working on my turnout today. Another week, feet. So give yourself a project. Okay, that was my brief, in inverted commas, posture recap. I got to shoulders, long neck, particularly at the back, eye line lifted. So let's start with a rise today. Up and down. That's giving us a lovely lifted feeling. Demi-plie to open and squeeze. We're going to lift the body as we do demi, release, heels and open. So I've done a rise, a demi and a grand plie. I'm going to do a port de bras forwards. So I'm going down, I'm keeping my legs still. 2, I'm uncurling, I'm pulling that shoulder down. Probably got a chance for a brief rise. I'll move my camera in a minute. And then I'm going to carry on out to second position. Bring the arm down. So it's a rise and a down and an open and a stretch and a down and a down and a 3 over the rainbow. Keep that shoulder down. We'll do a side stretch. Time for a balance. And then through the next positions. So we will do first, second, third and fourth. Good recap. First, second, third, fourth. If all is well, I will just press play. You can plie to anything. Pop music, Tchaikovsky. Demi, release, heels, squeeze. tummy button squeezing, ribs closed, knees, ankles firm, push the floor away, hold the arm in first position, smile, float. Okay. Really straight. I'm going to do a battement tendu devant, okay, that foot right in front of that other leg. I think it's easier if I do it wider, you can see my legs, but technically, go for toe opposite heel. Close it back. Now my second one, I'm going on a fondue. So that knee turns out while that leg stretches. And that's going round the block. Halfway out, close in front, with a bend, close behind. I'll talk about that in a minute. Then reverse it, one on straight legs, one goes down. That back leg, we get a lot of this. Stretched, pointed, not leaning on it. That's really hard. Then, this will blow your mind, quite possibly. One to the side. Now I'm going to show you like this. We're going to close it in the front. Do this with me. I'm going to be the same as you. I've got my left leg, I think, yeah. I'm turning that way, and I'm turning that way, and there's my right leg. Now I'm going back away from the camera, and I'm there. Now if I was to close my legs a little bit, and go onto my toes, ta-da! That's very soggy feet. Out, in, and, see how I've sucked my legs in tight, turn around. Then you've got the next leg, okay? So from the side view, out, in, and turn around. And then that leg could go off. So, that is called, it's fine, we're doing ballet. Oh, this is what else I was going to say. Somebody asked like the question sort of, when do I get good? When am I good? I read a book once about 10,000 hours, okay? And anybody that's brilliant at anything had generally been found to have done 10,000 hours. Piano, violin, tennis, you know, chess. So the answer to when will I be good is approximately 10,000 hours into it. But for me, it's about the process. It's about the doing it. The joy for me is the dancing, the mindfulness, the getting into my body, the hearing the music, the stretching, the growing. And sadly to say, there are performance opportunities for older people. You're probably not going to be in the Royal Ballet Company unless you've kind of been in full-time training before now. I'm really sorry. But enjoy the process. Let's do those battement tendus. I did start and then I realised I was on my own. Arm, out, one on straight legs, halfway, out, halfway, in, take a plie, down, keeping tall, so sliding the toes, closing front, that's a don't change, this is a do change, backwards, halfway, we could have done arm, down, down, or you could have done it to fifth, or all sorts. I'm going to do it, cocky, down, out, plie, glisse, sorry, the music came, I thought, Sarah, stop talking, let's do some dancing. So, where's my music? I'm just flipping across my computer. Okay, débat mon glissés from a plié. Not from a plié, from a plié. Shoot, in. Shoot, in. And the reason I've done that is because I want it to lead into some allegro steps, some dance steps. Okay, so I gave you balance before. 1, 2, 3. We've just kind of touched on that in the introduction. Forwards and back we did, en avant and en arrière. I will turn around and leave you. Right, and I did arabesque and gather. I'm going to move my camera for the last time, hope I don't lose you. Reach, 2, 3, back, 2, 3. Forwards, 2, 3, back. Arms, I'm jumping everywhere. Ballet fingers. Ready, guys? Tallest finger down, which kind of has the effect that the little finger comes up a little bit. If I was to over-exaggerate it, it would be there. We do an exercise with the children, picking flowers with their tallest finger or picking stars. Here are my nails that haven't been near a salon in 3 months. So that feeling of that tallest finger and your thumb is the beginning of ballet hands. Tallest finger down. Now I tuck my thumb in. Now when I turn round, kind of, it's like my tallest finger is lifted. Here's a little bed for me to lie on. Voila! As wide as your smile. Ish, okay? I didn't really do arabesque arms. So, 3 arabesques. Eyebrow level, slightly behind. First arabesque. It's wider. Second arabesque, flatter and squarer. Third arabesque, a combination of the two, an eyebrow and a shoulder. So if I was to do a choreography, we could go sideways, chassé, plié, chassé, reach. First arabesque, I normally look along the arm, keep this arm slightly wide. If I was feeling up to it, I could try a lift. Yeah. Then I'm going to do a broad sweep, kind of through second, so my palms face the view. And then second arabesque, right angle, and I'm going to look over at the audience. I could do a lift. Then I'm going to gather and do third, and a little lift. Now, a very useful linking step, pas de bourrée. 3 steps. Here's the slow version. The words are behind, side, front. So, behind, side, front. I'm going to turn away and leave you. Let's start from, if I've got this leg out, we go in that way. Behind, side, front. Prepare. That's your practice 1. Practice 2 is to add up, up, down. Behind is up. See, I've got my wall. Side is up, front is down. Prepare. Quicker. Da, da, da. Behind, side, front. Now a pas de bourrée, that's a under. You could keep it at the back. Behind, side, behind. Derrière. You could keep it at the front. Front, side, front. You could do front, side, behind. It's a kind of anything goes. So for this choreography, I'd like to do behind, side, front. I'm going behind, side, front. Then I'm going that way with my first arabesque. Okay, I'm going to string that through. Should we give some music? Kind of running out of time. Help, help. I'm going to put my back to you. front. We're going bend, slide, arrive, lift, open the arms, right angle, gather, third, behind, side, front. That's tricky. I don't expect you to get that immediately, okay? That's supposed to be a little bit of staying power, a bit of value for money in that. Those are your arabesque lines. So you've got balance aids. The sways. We did this. Now we've got cameras and you're filming yourself. Are you actually being a rainbow shape? Up and over, knees over toes, check that turnout. So I might practice this 1 week or 1 day, thinking about that bottom knee. So there, not there. I might do it another week, thinking about that open leg. And then I might do it another week, checking my posture. All right, so pick a body part and think about it. Glissade, over, in. Don't know what these arms are doing. Should we try a third position? My words are foot, foot, bend. Foot, foot, bend. Like the pas de bourrée, we can have devant, derrière, under, over. I'm using my front foot. I'm closing it in the front, but anything goes. I'm doing third position arms and looking over. Glissade 1, up, plie. Glissade 2. So you can take your time. 1 and 2. This little stretch plie works the legs and helps the turnout. Foot, foot, in, up and down, foot, foot, in. I'm not going to give you any music because you can start doing it really quickly and lively, or you can go duh, duh, duh. Okay, so it's over the rainbow and in. Another step I want to give you. They teach it now to the little ones with a run, a step, a swoosh and a jump. It's actually looking for butterflies. It's the best fun ever. Swoosh, jump. Swoosh, jump. Did you see the pointy toe? Bing, land. That is the build-up of an ensemble. Together. Bend, swoosh, join. That was a fairly bronze swan. So a silver swan might just go bend, swoosh, in. Swoosh, in. If you don't want to rise, swoosh, in. Swoosh, in. If you're a bit more golden, ensemble. Swoosh, land. Swoosh, land. If you're a spring chicken, ooh, that's why I don't teach spring chickens anymore. Out, in, okay? Glissade, ensemble. Glissade, swoosh, land. Glissade, swoosh, land. Glissade, swoosh, land. Now, everything I did, I think, I did a glissade derrière, which meant I kept my foot at the back. Then that foot swooshed over, derrière, keep it at the back, swoosh it over. But you can do it in parallel or first. Foot, foot, bend, swoosh, close. Foot, foot, bend, swoosh, close. I think this arm position is really helping me. Ballet is that, it's all harder, slower. It's once your brain knows what you're doing, you can then start speeding it up. I think to begin, maybe a chair with the glissades, well, with everything. Turnout, body, okay? What other step was I going to teach you? A jeté, this will be the last thing. It starts off on one leg. Well, it can start on two, but let's do one leg. Swoosh. Now, instead of landing on two legs, I'm going on that leg. Swoosh, on. Jeté. 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 Could go devant. Jeté. Jeté. Okay, I think my time is up. I hope I've given you a few ideas that you can use to your own music, that you can practice to. Let's see what my chat says. I think I need to stop talking. I think we can do the questions now. So maybe actually, if I say I will take questions in a minute, I could put one piece of music on and just try and do as many of those steps as I just did. So you can either sit down and drink tea and wait, or this is lovely. This is from Sylvia. You'll probably recognise the music, but it's one of those that the tempo keeps changing. So if I was to say, okay, I want 3 of those and 4 of those, it might not work. But if we just improvise, if we just dance from our heart to the music, let's see what happens. So this is the end of the 3-act ballet. On we come. Shall we do an entrance? I've lost myself. There I am. Let's come on. Present the arms. Let's step to the side, taking the audience other way. Can we go over, sway? Over, over, over. Turn it into a glissade. Many arms. Foot, bend. Foot, bend. Foot, bend. Did you notice I went quicker? Let's chasse. Arabesque, first arabesque. Second arabesque. Third arabesque. Pas de bourrée. Behind, side, front. Balance. 1, 2, 3. Forwards and back. Back, 2, 3. Forwards, 2, 3. Back. Sways. Over. 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 Oh! Rond de jambe. That's a circle, do you remember? Arms. Step and pose, fondue. This is just making it up. Anything goes. Point your toes, stretch your knees. Jeté. Swoosh, on. Oh, they shouldn't go side to side, by the way. Assemblée. Oh, I mean, cheese! Finishing pose. Pause, can't find my music. So, I didn't tell you what was going to happen. Good for you, just to follow and respond. That's really good for the brain. But I just sort of improvised. The music told me what to do. So I hope that if you can get a little list of all those steps together, and have a practice, you can start putting them to music. There are now a lot more classes that would be suitable for Silver Swans. When I looked a while ago, there was a lot of fast and fairly dangerous stuff. But I think now there's some nice gentle work out on the internet, or create your own class. But what they don't always do is give you the technique. So I hope, when initially I just thought I was speaking to my swans, it was like, remember this. So do it properly and do it safely. That's the most important thing. for people of our age. How high should a bar be? Well, how amazing. Just had that conversation the other day. I love my swans because they might not have the bodies, but they've got the thirst for knowledge and the brain. My bar is too low, okay? It kind of needs to be, well, arms in second. Oh, this is so much to share with you. Arms. It depends on the size of your torso. Now, my torso isn't massive, okay? The arms must slope down from the shoulders. It must go shoulder, elbow, wrist in a continuous line, always in front of you, okay? Now, for me, that slope puts that arm in front of my belly button. But I'm 5'2.5". If I was 6'2" and I said, put your arm in front of your belly button, your slope might be like that. So this is where it depends. And this is where really being in a class with a teacher is sort of ideal. But again, it's another one that there's lots of different thoughts of school. However, once you've got that second position, there's your bar. Okay, it should be there. Mine is a bit low. It serves a purpose for flinging, and I know that I can rise without using it. On the difficult things, you can push down on the bar to keep that body tall, but on the whole, try not to use it. I talked to think before about like that, roller coaster knuckles, as opposed to, the bar is my prince. Okay, tips for improving arm and leg coordination. I think one job at a time, okay? I think I'll often just do the arms without the legs. Then I might teach the legs without the arms. So I think you need to do that. And again, it's practice, I think. Some things feel very natural to you. I'm giving you what feels natural to me. Another person will choreograph what feels natural to them. So it's quite nice to take classes with different people because they all have slight different styles. Head and arms. Somebody asked about head positions. Head erect, head inclined, quarter turn, half a turn, head raised, head lowered. Note, head lowered is not. Okay, you know, if you've had a car crash and you've got one of those braces, it's like you've always got that on. We never actually look right down. And then you can combine. So you could incline and lift, or you could turn and lift. Yeah, so those are your head positions. Like in the syllabus, they get choreographed in. You might find a teacher. I'll give you this. RAD, traditionally, this is something if you take classes, when the leg is in front, quarter turn eyes out, looking across the sea, far, far away. Leg in second, RAD normally does head erect. Leg derrière, we used to incline, and now we look into that hand. So again, the syllabus changes and morphs. So it's looking into the hand, it's that sort of down and out. Those are your RAD head positions. Posture and turn out, it's got to be gradual. It's got to be, again, building up that muscle memory. The more you do. My feet got so much better from baby classes. I spent like all these years at full-time college. Then I started doing baby classes with like good toes, naughty toes. And all of a sudden I've got better feet. They're not really good feet, but they did improve. And it was just that concentrated footwork quite regularly. The turnout comes from the top of the hips. We did an exercise lying down. Swans don't really want to lie down. I wonder if it works here. Turning out. Oh, I can feel that. So it's hitting that turnout position and just moving your legs. So doing the ballet class, the bar, that's what else I meant to say. The bar is a warm-up for the centre work. So the bar, this will improve the coordination gradually. It's a long process, but get your 10,000 hours in if you're still in lockdown. Head and the arm must always complement. This is terrible. I mean, just look. Ah. Yeah. Generally, eyes follow hand. That's quite easy to coordinate. Wherever your hand goes. But don't look, I don't know whether you can see, rather than looking into my hand, which is a bit insular, I look through my hand and out. It particularly works when my hand is up. Excuse me, being all sweaty and horrible. Rather than just sort of looking at that palm, I'm projecting my eye line out to space. Oh, and I felt it, so it's sort of there. Ah. Okay, so eyes are always to the upper circle, far away as you can. How many times a week should I practice in order to see the benefits? Every week, once a week is fine, but twice a week is better. The ladies that come once a week do great, it's fine, it's enough. There's always that little bit of remembering what we did last week. I think with everything, it's like learning to play the piano, isn't it? The more you can do, the better. With these little Silver Swan classes that went out before, I know some people have asked, oh, it would be lovely to have a big long class. But those little snippets are excellent for little and often. You see, I think it's better to do a short session well, really thinking about it properly, than do an hour when you're a bit like, and your mind starts wandering or you start getting tired, and injuries can happen when you're tired. Yeah, the ladies that come twice a week, they say it's an amazing benefit. And then when we stop for the holidays, it's like, oh. So again, I think everyone, these little videos that are coming up, there are some positives out of this terrible time that we've just happened. These videos are available and all sorts. Absolutely brilliant question. Cramp in your foot, your calf, all sorts. I'm scared if I move my camera, so I'll do a bit of this. Ankle before toe, okay? Ankle before toe, and on the way up, toe before ankle. I think I've mentioned this previously. I'm just going to take my shoe off, I'll get a bit more ooh. And it's long toes. Now, if you screw up your toes, you will definitely get cramp. I've got really nasty ballet feet. Coming a bit closer. So if I screw up, let's go this way. If I screw up, that's going to give me cramp. If I lengthen, you can't actually see much. It's more of a feeling. There's long toes, there's, oh, there you go, there's screw toes. Now, did you see what happened there? This is what else happens. If you do your toes before your ankle, you get cramp. So if you point your toes and then you do your ankle, that is definitely going to restrict. If you go ankle, long toes, that will stop the cramp. And if you do get cramp, flex. So this battement tendu, when I'm going halfway through, I'm stretching my ankle, then I'm lengthening the toes. And like I said, all the technique is for a reason. It's not just, oh, I think we'll do it this way. That, stretch your ankle, long toes, okay? And then reverse it. And that's the same as practicing that. Ankle, long toes, never screwed up. When you're on point, you don't stand on your knuckles, you stand on your long shoes. Oh, and that was another question. I don't think Silver Swans generally do point. Really sorry, but do your 10,000 hours and then come back to me. I'm terrible. I do refer to swans as ladies. I'm really sorry. I do it to my boys as well. A swan, we did have this discussion. A swan is either male or female. I think there's a drake and a cob. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I do. Swans are everybody. And I wish I had more men. I really do. They can jump higher. They could lift the ladies. It's just a bit female dominated, but change. How do I get good? Spotting. Okay, this is just no ballet movements. Staring as long as I can, and when I can no longer look, whip, find you. Okay, I'm on my knees, but it's a sort of good exercise just to do turning round. I call it leave it, find it. Leave it, leave it, leave it. In other words, I'm leaving my vision at a particular spot. Whip, find it. Leave it, find it. Leave it, find it. Other way, leave it, find it. Start slowly, speed up, and apparently if you've got vertigo and dizziness, it is actually good for you. So make sure you've got like a nice sofa to land on or someone to catch you, but steady, and it's about the eyes. You can't just generally look somewhere forward. You need to find a spot to stare at, okay? A hook on the wall. Preferably something eye level. Head's the heaviest part of your body. If you're looking up, you're going to fall backwards. Equally, if you're looking down, it's not going to help. So keep that level. And on that spotting thing, there was a few questions about pirouettes. So this is going to be my last token. Put my shoe back on. Useless information, not useless at all, very important information. The line of the leg should flow. So you see that I've got here now a broken line. The shoe, the sock, the tights should all match. I've lost my other shoe. That's fine. Okay. I taught you pirouette en dehors. We leaned over the leg, the back leg came round, and we, no, en dedans, inwards, en dedans. Can all the French people shout at the television? Inwards. I'll take it this way. This knee goes inwards. Now, en dehors. Fifth, and one leg down, bing, close behind, and fifth, and lift, and bing, close behind. Practice that 300 times, and then I'm going this way, right leg facing the left corner. Fifth, and right arm, right knee. Turned out so you can see it, and I need to take that on a bit of a hop. And now this arm tells me which way I'm going. I'm going outwards. Fifth and down, lift and down, bing, la, eyelashes. It's that arm for the pirouettes. Spot, spot. Okay, the bell says stop. I hope you can get something out of what I've said. I feel like I've gabbled at 1,000 miles an hour. I've dotted here, I've dotted there. Thank you for your questions and your input. Keep practicing. I hope I've given you more than sort of one day's worth of stuff there. And I hope I've given you encouragement and motivation to be creative and practice and improve for yourself, for the joy of dance. Put your music on that does it for you. Take a few of my ideas and suggestions and be happy, okay? Thank you so much, everybody. We may meet again. The Find a Teacher. If you go to the RAD website, there are the Find a Teacher maps. It will tell you who's Silver Swan licensed. But even if they're not licensed, it might be worth dropping them a letter, a message and saying, are you able to be licensed soon? Or they might have other adult classes that you can access. So keep at it. I think out of lockdown, if there's a few more ballet students, which it looks like they might be, that would be amazing. The joy, spread the joy. Ladies before gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do you like my boy voice? I don't think boys do eyelashes. Muscles and eyelashes. I'll research and come back. Thanks, everybody.